Welcome back. To help keep Hawaii's economy going during the pandemic, the state received more than $19 billion in federal COVID-19 relief funds.
But where has that money gone to and how much is left? To find out, we are now joined by Jill Tokuda of the Hawaii Data Collaborative. Jill, thanks for talking to us. Can you just give us a general breakdown of how much of these federal funds have been spent and where it went to?
You know, that's a really great question. And Hawaii has been fortunate that since the start of the pandemic, as you've mentioned, we've received just short of $20 billion through the various acts that have passed. And when you take a look at where that fell, where that money landed, basically about $8 billion or so went to individuals through unemployment benefits, through stimulus payments that we've received as well. About $4 billion of that, about 20% of those funds also went to small businesses and industries. So as you recall, PPP loans are really helping to keep businesses afloat and doors open and jobs available to people through this pandemic as well. So basically 60% of the money, over half of it has gone to individuals and small businesses. And, you know, oftentimes we take a look at some of the discretionary pots of money that the state gets from the federal government to spend on various needs. The latest round of funding coming from the American Rescue Plan, we got about $1.6 billion to the state of Hawaii. Of that chunk, half of that, about $800 million, actually went to pay off our loan to the federal government, which we needed to continue to pay UI benefits. So lots of money flowing, but there's a lot of high ticket needs out there as well that the state has had to cover going forward. So about $20 billion that we've received. And when you take a look at how much we've got left, essentially we'll have about $6 billion going into 2022 available. The thing with that is for much of those dollars, they are for specific needs and causes, and in some cases have already been spent. So much of the money that we've seen has already made its way to individuals and businesses and other important needs like social services and families and education.
Although that sounds like a huge chunk of money, we know that a lot of businesses from all kinds of industries need help. I mean, it's one of the challenges as government really to allocate money. We know that sometimes there's a deadline in when the money has to be distributed by.
Mm-hmm. You know, and that is one thing that we're always very conscious of is basically the cliffs that exist with federal dollars. It's not going to be forever, and we can't have the money, you know, as long as we would like. And so really taking a look at where those cliffs exist for the various dollars that have come into our state. And so when we take a look at that roughly $20 billion and how that goes on a timeline, essentially by the end of this year, about 2/3 of those funds will need to have already been spent, which means they will no longer be available to us unless Congress extends it, which means, like I mentioned, going forward into 2022 through maybe about 2025, we roughly have about $6 billion that would then be available for specific causes. In some cases, it would be up to the state or the counties to spend. But basically about 2/3 of that $20 billion needs to have been or has already been spent by the end of this year. And so there is a shelf that's coming up, and we're very conscious of that because at the end of the day, unfortunately, many of those needs continue and exist beyond the time when it's available to us from the federal government.
You know, with so much money being sent, billions and billions of dollars, how difficult is it to prevent fraud and abuse of all this money going out there?
You know, I think that's always a big concern. So when you actually take a look at many of these federal dollars and funding programs, there are a lot of audit requirements built into it, a lot of safeguards built into it. So while there is a lot of flexibility that's been put into these federal dollars to try to give states the ability to respond to this pandemic, which no one had ever anticipated or gone through before, there are quite a bit of requirements for reporting and auditing as well to prevent fraud and abuse from happening. Because again, these are all taxpayer dollars, and that means that the government, federal and the state and the county, are accountable to us as citizens.
We know a lot of money is coming into the state, but a lot of people are probably curious, how does it benefit me? We know that there's the American Rescue Plan as well as the infrastructure bill coming up. What can people expect to see or how it possibly will benefit them?
But, you know, I think even to date, many families, businesses have already been able to reap the benefits of the federal support. So when you take a look at where the the dollars have dropped. The stimulus money has been one of the most significant rounds of support that have gone directly into people's pocketbooks. For businesses, PPP, EIDL loans, basically helping their businesses stay afloat during this time, that has gone directly into their bottom line to help them stay open. Looking at our schools, that has been where much of the support has fallen, and even just COVID response, But I think for many of us, knowing that, like I said, 2/3 of the money has basically already been spent or will be spent by the end of this year, a lot of eyes now are on the Build Back Better program, which contains a lot of different supports for families that are struggling right now, for children, for educational opportunities. And so that's really about trying to see where that next tranche of money will come in as we see these cliffs fall out and the money starting to run out.
Yeah, lots of numbers to think about, driving all of us a little bit using our brain strength here. But thank you so much for breaking down all the numbers with us, Jill.
Thank you.